Hello, I'm Claire from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself, and create the life that you truly want to live, and have the relationship that you truly want. Now, this is a pick a card subject that ChatGPT came up with for me, and it's messages from your soulmate. What do they want you to know? Oh, that was a particularly interesting suggestion, and so that's what I've done for you. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive to it as well. So if you want to know more, if you want to know about your path to them, what you need to know, guidance, and more about them as well, then you might want to get that. So toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. All you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? The crystal is out with the exchanging gifts card. Would you like the flower? The flower is out with the fates card. Or would you like the shell? The shell is out with the regeneration card. So take your pick now. There are timestamps to fast forward in the description box and in the comments below. And what else can I tell you? I also offer private readings as well. Anything from a 1-question reading to a full reading and energy healings, all kinds of things. Check out my blog too on my website, behealing.com. You'll see a link for that up there and also down there too. If you want to become one of those, I would love to read for you personally. Well, take your pick now, crystal, flower, or shell. I'll see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal, and this one's for you, messages from your soulmate. What do they want you to know? Whether you've met them already or whether you haven't met them yet and they are in your future. Let's find out what they want you to know. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, or want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. In that, I'm going to go into details about you, your path to your soulmate, or the path forward. So let's see what they want you to know. Sunlight after darkness. So this is going to be a good relationship after difficult relationships, or there's bright skies ahead after difficult times. So things will get better. It's going to be better. There's a reassurance here that everything that you've been through wasn't in vain. You're going to have a good relationship. So yeah, whether you're with them already or whether you are on your way to them, it's going to be a good relationship. Things will get better. You've got guardian here, so that's a protective kind of an energy. So they're going to protect you. They'll keep you safe. They'll make you feel protected, safe, loved. This is not someone that's going to be complacent. They're not going to be, they're going to think about you, right? Also, flow as well, someone that goes with the flow, easygoing kind of an energy. This person isn't going to cause you problems, and I'm feeling like you guys, you've been in relationships with people that have caused you problems and they haven't kept you safe. In fact, you've had to keep yourself safe from them. So this one is going to be a much easier relationship. Flow again, let your worries drift away, it says. You won't have anything to worry about with this one. It's going to be plain sailing. Now, some of you might be getting yourselves to the point, well, we'll go into this in the deeper dive read, of course, but you might be getting yourself to the point now where you're not choosing the dramatic, difficult relationships anymore. You've decided that that's not such an attractive energy in people after all. Let's get some tarot out. What do they want to tell you? The Justice card. This is beautiful because this is the card of karma. It's a card of balance. It's like what you truly deserve. The relationship that you truly deserve. Tell us more. What does Crystal's soulmate want to say? Messages from Crystal's soulmate. There we go. 7 of Pentacles. So they've got a lot to give. They're going to invest in a relationship. This is someone that wants a relationship. And so they've got plenty to invest into it. So it's going to be a priority for them. Not someone that just gets into a relationship and doesn't put anything into it. What else? Let's get one more. What else do they want you to know, crystals? There we go. Strength and King of Swords. Right. You're strong. This is your energy. your strength, and they've got the clarity. The King of Swords is an interesting energy because it is probably the most boring court card out there. Not that your person's going to be boring, but it's the steady, you know, they've got clarity, they've got their head screwed on properly on their shoulders, and especially around you being stronger as well. So they're probably going to resonate with the things that have made you stronger. And they're not going to challenge you further in that area, you know, they're going to be clear on that. Especially for those of you that have had to always explain yourself of the things that you've been through, and like always having to explain, always, you know, that kind of an energy. You won't have to do that with this person because they're going to be clear on that, you know. So this is not someone that's going to question your reality or your feelings or what you've been through. We're going to see it. Now, why the Justice card? Wow. Well, we've got the Marriage card out here. So 4 of Inspiration. This is someone that you deserve. It's someone that wants marriage. So they're in it for the long term. The 4 of Inspiration is all about solid foundation. So it's someone that's going to take it slowly because they want something for the long term. And yeah, they're wanting marriage. Tell us what's behind this, please. Truth. Wow, a truth seeker and a truth teller is what I'm hearing as well. So this person is going to let you know that this is what they're looking for. They'll tell you the truth about things. I think they'll let you know that earlier on in the relationship, the truth is very important. And perhaps saying things like, you can tell me anything, and that kind of thing. The 7 of Pentacles, they've got a lot to offer this person. They're going to invest in the relationship though. You know, we've all got limited energy, and it depends on our priorities about what we'll invest in our lives. Some people are like heavily invested in money and success. Some people are heavily invested, like I am, in personal healing, and my well-being, my emotional and my mental and spiritual well-being is one of my priorities. We've all got different priorities, right? And this one's priorities seem to be, well, relationship is up there, let's put it that way. So they'll invest in you, they'll invest in relationship. Tell us about this 7 of Pentacles. Nice, very loving as well. And the Muse of Emotions is the King of Cups. So yeah, they've got a lot to give emotionally. They're going to be there for you. So this is someone you're going to feel very safe around, especially emotionally. They're going to get you. And you definitely won't need to explain yourself around your emotions. Not to say that you don't need to communicate properly, of course, within the relationship about the stuff going on, but I'm just getting like this stuff in your past, and you're not going to have to explain that. They're going to get it. And this is new beginnings, so this is a whole new kind of relationship for you, very different than what you've experienced before. Now here you're coming through as a strong one, and they're coming through as clear, like as the King of Swords is like book smarts. They're intelligent. They've got an intelligence about them and a clarity about them as well. They're not easily swayed. Wow, and the Hierophant card. So they've been through their spiritual lessons too. The Hierophant is about like traditional paths as well. Can be another card of marriage too. So yeah, the seeing you is very strong. They're kind of understanding where that strength has come from, and they've got clarity about that, and they know that you're a good pick for a partner as a result. Whereas, you'll know this for sure, that the people that haven't done the inner work, but they see a strong person and they're like, oh no, you're masculine or whatever. It's like, no, I am strong because I'm feminine, and I'm strong because of what I've been through. This person's going to get it. You're not going to have to explain it like that. If you do have to explain yourself like that to people, they are not your people, believe me. And burden is behind that too. So it's a breath of fresh air, sunlight after darkness. That burden is lifted off you. Also with the Hierophant card as well, this person wants marriage. They want to share things, share the burdens and all of that kind of thing. Equal weight, that kind of a person. They've got a lot to offer this, and it's going to be a true partnership. What else do they want you to know? If you could do anything, what would it be? They care about what it is that you want to do. Your dreams and your wishes. The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So this person is going to be really interested in your dreams, your wishes, what's in your heart. And your heart being safe and secure too. They care about how you feel. Find a balance. Again, that scales, Libra, justice. This is the one for you. This is the person, not that balances you up, because then it's kind of like opposites. I think there will be a certain amount of opposite kind of an energy that balances, but more likely you are a match to this person. Similarities. What do they want you to know? Okay. Caution and control. Right. So, similarities between you here. Both of you had experiences with controlling people. Both wary of that. Now, this is probably why they've come up with, like, I know why you're so strong. I can tell why you're so strong, because that's why I had to find, you've been through something similar to me. That's what it is, right? So, very cautious of controlling people. Turn away from that. People that try and change them and stuff like that. You're seeing the same thing in you. The self-worth. Perhaps you'll meet this person when your self-worth is up there because of healing and realizing that you truly deserve a really good relationship like this. Wow. So it appears to me that your person has been healing as well to get the self-worth up there. They've had experiences with controlling people and they're like, no more of that. I don't want any more of that. Well, let's get some messages out from them. What would they like to say? Long distance, so they're not near you at the moment, or is it distance between you? What else would they like to say? Destiny has taken us down different paths. So currently you're on different paths. There's a distance between you. It doesn't feel like it's going to be very soon, but they're planning on reaching out to you. So this person could be aware of you already. I think the world of you. So they're going to think you're absolutely amazing if you haven't met already, or if you have met already and they're planning on reaching out to you. Currently elsewhere, Destiny's taken down a different path, but they're coming your way. What else would they like to say? There's someone keeping me from you. Someone else in the mix at the moment, or another kind of priority at the moment. Could be work. I can't stand the thought of you as someone else. So definitely knowing that you're that person and them wanting to come towards you. Just slipped out. I dream of you. You've been in their dreams. Again, even if you haven't met this person yet, they've not met you. They're dreaming about your energy. Telepathic bond. That's exactly what I was getting. They've got a telepathic bond. There's betrayal here. It could be what they're currently going through at the moment. You remember, they've got this caution, control, been in controlling relationships, picked up similar strengths to yours as a result of relationships that they've been in. But your relationship with this person, of course, your soulmate, sunlight after darkness is a lot of positivity, a lot of flow. I'm getting a really easygoing character. Both strong, both easygoing. Awesome relationship. Well, if that sounds like it is your story, it could be your story, or want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. So in the deeper dive, I'm going to go into your path to this person, possible timelines, that kind of thing. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's one of those instant watch kind of a things. When you get it, you'll be sent the link to it immediately. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. Love hearing from you. And consider clicking that join button as well. I've got a membership here on my channel because I go live sporadically throughout the week. And if you're a member, then you'll be part of that channeling session there. And if you catch me live as well, then you'll be able to get a reading from me too in there. Well, there you go. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. So if you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out what your soulmate wants you to know. Messages from your soulmate. Whether you've met your soulmate already or they're yet to come, we're tapping into their energies now, finding out what they want you to know. Okay. As usual, Flowers is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. So if you find that it is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be a story at the end of it, you might want to get even more. In that deeper dive, I'm going to focus on you more and your path to this person and any messages that you need to know further into their energy as well. So starting out with a shadow dancer. The shadow dancer is all about shadow work, coming out of the darkness and into the light. Might have had a difficult time of things in your life. Got rituals and offerings as well. And so this person has something to offer, but they're quite precise about what they offer. I don't mean to say it that way. This is someone that thinks about what they offer. It's someone that thinks about what they are bringing into a relationship or bringing to you. It's someone that does things intentionally. That's what I'm trying to say. And the shadow dancer is, they've had times that have hurt, that have felt bad, that, or people, things that have happened in their life that they've had to deal with negative emotions within themselves with, and do a lot of healing and that kind of thing. And I think that's what we've got with soulmates coming together, is two people that have done the work, you know, because it's only really someone like that that's going to understand you. So they've been through some stuff. Catalyst. It feels like something or someone is going to bring you together. Catalyst is like the Tower card in the tarot, where the universe steps in and brings something out of the blue to get you moving, perhaps to bring them towards you. You know, it's like when you know that you should give up your job, but you don't give it up, or a relationship, and then, you know, it happens to you instead. Empathy, there's more beneath the surface. Well, this is an empathic person. Perhaps you haven't had relationships with empathic people before. We all know what that's like if we're not choosing the people with empathy that are like us, if we're kind of impressed by people that don't have empathy, because they can get a lot done in the world. They can be very impressive and very attractive kind of people, those, but they're not good for relationships. This one's going to be good for a relationship. So they've got empathy. They feel for other people. So in other words, this person's going to think of you in relationship. 8 of Wands is about direct communication. Let's get some more cards out. So this could be a good communicator. They'll want direct, clear communication with you. The Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles takes things slowly and starting small, really. Page of Pentacles is also about dreaming something up too. Very, very beginning stages of manifesting a relationship, or anything really. Got Judgment. There's a calling, and the Magician. Yeah, right at the start of the manifestation. So I feel like your soulmate and you haven't met yet, but you're manifesting each other, and there's a calling. The Judgment card is often, not often, the Judgment card is sometimes a calling when the universe gets involved, and it's like, it's your time for your relationship now. And you know how, like, we want it to be our time before that? We want it to be like, it's my time now, and we try and create it. And that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen on our timing, because then the universe turns around. It's like when people get love readings from me, and it's like your higher self doesn't want to talk about love at all. It's not time for that. You've got all these other things to sort out first, and then love will come in its own time. The Judgment card is sometimes depicted as a couple, and then there's like God's hand there, and it's like, okay, it's time for you guys now. So when we feel that calling, we're like, oh, I don't know why, but you know, I've been single for ages and I've not even been focused on relationships, and suddenly I'm focused on relationships again. Perhaps you've had a break from watching this kind of a reading, you know, and you've come back to it now. It's that kind of thing. It's like, oh, I'm back on the manifestation of this now. So 2 cards with manifestational energies. So someone could be thinking of you and wanting to manifest you now too. 8 of Wands is a great card when we're talking about relationships, because it's about direct communication, and relationships need direct communication. We can't be guessing at each other. I mean, empathy is good, but we can't rely on that, right? It's someone knowing how we're feeling. We also need to communicate it too, to have good relationships. There's a truth-telling energy to the 8 of Wands as well. There's also a purpose behind it too, direction. Ace of Materials, planting a seed for that. So this is someone that's going to come at you and have some ground rules. of how they want a relationship to be. We need to tell each other the truth. We need to tell each other straight away. There needs to be open communication. It's probably someone that's going to suggest something like having going on a date night once a week with the sole purpose of talking to each other to see where you're at and if you're feeling good about the relationship still, or if there's something that needs changing, you know. That kind of upfront open communication is awesome for a relationship. Not that I've experienced it yet, but I've heard about it in other people's relationships, and it would be awesome for sure. It's reminding me of School of Greatness, Lewis Howes. He talks about his relationship, and he said from the get-go, when he started dating her, I think they're married now. Are they married or engaged if they're not married? But he said, I want to start therapy straight away, like couples therapy straight away. It needs to be a regular thing. You need to have therapy. I need to have therapy. We need to have couples therapy. Not because there's anything wrong, to make sure that there's not going to be anything wrong. And it's like, wow, that is good going. You've got a similar kind of a person here. Teaching is behind that too. Interesting. So it's something that I've learned to be upfront about it like that. Setting intentions up front. I mean, I think we all need to do that, right? It's not easy to have those conversations, especially in the first few dates, but it's so important to do it, because if someone isn't on the right page, it's like I didn't have those kind of conversations because I was in my early 20s when I got married, but I was 26 when I got married, but I met him when I was 22, so I was clueless to have any of the conversations like that. But, you know, down the line, too late down the line, I found out all kinds of things, like he wasn't on the same page. He wouldn't even want to talk about emotional things. It's like, you're not my therapist, none of that stupid therapy talk. And it's like, oh, this is not even someone that can deal with a thing or talk about anything. Let alone have a relationship with them, let alone be married to them. Anyway, Page of Pentacles, you haven't got that here. You've got a really good communication. They've learned that. Perhaps they even teach it as well. It could be someone that teaches it too. Something about communication. Ace of Materials is great because it's planting a seed for long-term prosperity, long-term success in the relationship. Now, the Page of Pentacles, guys, manifesting. I was getting a manifestational energy right at the beginning of it when you're manifesting something. You're dreaming it up. And then what comes after the page is the Knight. That's forward movement toward it. The page is right at the beginning. The Seven of Inspiration is about protecting. Self-protection. In this deck, it's like a reveal. It's like I protect myself before I reveal myself. I protect my intentions and what I want before I reveal it to others. This is someone that is going to not tell everybody what their intentions are behind relationships. I think if you told everybody that you're looking for a relationship like this, a lot of people would scoff at it, right? And say, yeah, you're not going to get a relationship like that. This feels like someone that will kind of not play games, but test you at the start before they'll really open up. So that Eight of Wands, that communication that I was saying about, it's not going to be on first date. They're going to be looking into your character first. So yeah, not as upfront as I was thinking before, but they are manifesting. It's safety is what it feels like. Safety with someone. They need to feel safe, and then they'll be upfront about it. There's truth behind that, yeah. Before they reveal themselves. Okay, so they've learned the hard way. That's what it feels like, that they reveal themselves too fast. So this is someone that's been learning about that, but they kind of learned, yes, got to say these things up front, but not too up front. There are some things that we can deduce from people's behavior, right, to find out whether they're safe or not. And empathy is a big card coming out, because the guides have been going on at me about there's people that have empathy and there's people that don't have empathy. And the people that don't have empathy, they don't have to be harmful people to be in relationship with. I knew one when I was in my early 20s. I used to work with him, and he was in therapy because his wife had asked him to go into therapy. And he came into work one day and he's like, I'm a psychopath. I'm like, what? Because to me, back then, psychopaths I thought were like serial killers and stuff, which psychopaths can be, you know. But he's like, yep, my therapist told me I'm a psychopath. I'm like, whoa, what have you been going around killing people? Should I be scared? And he's like, no, you shouldn't be scared. She said it's this, that, he's like, okay. He said, how do you know the difference between right and wrong, like doing right and wrong? And I said, well, I feel it. I feel like not to do something is like, I don't feel it. He said, that's why I'm a psychopath. I don't feel it. He said, I need to be told. I'm like, you need to be told everything? He's like, yeah. I'm like, wow. So I'm like, you're capable of anything. It's like, well, yeah, really, but I won't do it because I've been told right from wrong, and so I'll do the right thing. So that is an example of someone that doesn't have empathy, but they've been brought up right. They've been told the right things. So people without empathy, they don't have to be a problem. But I guess there's a lot that haven't been brought up right that are around. So anyway, all that being said, yes, you can see signs. I've learned that too. I've seen signs of who's got empathy and who hasn't got empathy, and then probably only revealing themselves once they realize that you do. The magician and judgment, and people without empathy, if they are narcissistic, if they're like manipulative with it, they can pretend that they know how to look like they've got empathy, right? Because they can kind of figure it out. But if they don't have feelings for anyone else, they don't. Some of them don't care about other people's feelings and can be quite malicious about that. So that's why it's important to seek out some kind of way of knowing. And this is why we're told, like, it's a red flag if they're talking down to people, to wait staff and stuff like that. That is a sign of them not having empathy, right? Not caring, not even thinking or caring about what that wait staff person feels, right, in that moment. So there are signs, and there's signs that people have empathy as well. Well, the magician and judgment. So there is this calling now, and it's like time to manifest it. Oh, to walk away from something. Okay, so there's something to let go first. Now, this might suggest that your person is in a relationship and it's time to get out of that. And the feeling that pull to manifest, yeah, letting go is behind that. So definitely coming out of something. Well, how about that? Let's get some more cards out. What does your soulmate want you to know? Flowers. Love. Look inside yourself. Examine what's causing you to feel this way. You could have had a change of heart lately. Remember, I got catalyst. That's when the universe steps in. And the example I did give you was about having to let go of something, right? And that can happen too if we just, it doesn't have to be a bad relationship, but perhaps not the right relationship for us, that we can just start getting an unsettled feeling, like, this isn't right for me, growing apart, that kind of thing, you know, difference in energy. You get to feel it once the rift gets big enough, and it's like, I just don't think this is right for me. It could just be something like that. Know your worth. They know that they deserve more than that. So they're kind of coming to that point now, is what it feels like. The universe is stepping in, going, you need to let go of this one, because your soulmate is out there, and you need to start manifesting your soulmate. So, and that starts with them knowing that they deserve better, and then manifesting that, you know, and then setting that as a goal to meet the soulmate and get on that path. Got hope and flirt. Hoping to flirt, hoping to have fun times with you. So they could be coming out of something right now and looking forward to that fun beginning start of a relationship, the honeymoon phase, the flirty kind of stage. I forget how to flirt. Romance. This is a romantic person as well. So yeah, they're looking forward to the beginnings of the relationship. Laughter, romance, flirt, hope. They hope it's going to be really good to experience that again. Could be someone that thought that they were never going to experience that again, you know, thought they were in a long-term relationship that was going to last longer, and they're kind of looking forward to starting again with you. That's nice. What would they like to say to you? I'm planning on reaching out to you. So they're the kind of person that is going to make the first move. If they know you already, if you know who this person is already, yeah, they are planning it already. If you have met, what else would they like to say? Some of you won't met this person yet. Some of you will. You're the love of my life. So they're going to be absolutely smitten with you and know that you're it for them. There'll be a certainty. I check on you from afar. Some of them already know it. And please forgive me. Perhaps they've been taking their time. Perhaps you know who this is. It does appear that way for some of you with these cards coming out, that you already know who this is. From afar, huh? What else would you like to say to flowers? Soulmates? I feel like I can be my true self around you. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's when you know you're with the right person. When it makes you more of who you are, you know, and you feel comfortable. Empaths can often feel like they are introspected. That's not the word. Introverts. Whereas really, they just need to be around the right people, and you're extroverted. Empaths need to feel safe in order to be their full selves. True selves. Feel that with you. What else? I'll come back for you. A lot of signs here that you already know this person. Hey, or they already know you. Or both. Repetitive cycles. That we're going around in circles with something and you make me nervous. Oh, well, that's kind of a good sign. It can be a good sign anyway. It can be a bad sign too as well, but feels like a good sign to me. Well, there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, or you want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. So in that extended reading, I'm going to get more cards out about them. And I'm also going to go into guidance for you. And then also your path to this person, to getting into this, and a timeline card as well. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's one of those instant watch kind of things, so you'll get sent an email with the link to watch your extended reading straight away in there. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. I love hearing from you, and consider clicking that join button too to join my memberships. You'll be invited along to some members only live tarot shows with that. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, I will see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell, then this one's for you. Shells, let's find out from your soulmate what they want you to know. Messages from your soulmate, whether you've met them already or whether you haven't and they're on their way. Let's find out. Now, as usual, wow, that's a lot of cards. As usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, and you want even more about it, then you can purchase that toward the end of this reading. So let's get into it. What do they want you to know? Messages from your soulmate. Coming of age. So someone that's maturing, grace, good things happening for them, being in the flow, to dance with joy, happy. And the sentinel. Sentinel is about protection. Okay, so they've grown up a bit lately. They're growing up a little bit. So in some kind of a transitional energy, full of joy, in the flow. They could have had a spiritual awakening, in fact, with these cards coming out. Coming of age, grace, to dance with joy. Sentinel. Much more protective of themselves and their energy. More careful about who they're with, what they do, that kind of thing. To be honest, it feels like someone perhaps very mainstream, you know, doing what the majority of people do. Yeah, it feels like a spiritual awakening. And then someone deciding, I don't want to do those things anymore, you know, that the majority of people do. Seeker, yeah, definitely spiritual awakening. So now they're a seeker, truth seeker, and all of that kind of thing. So you got someone in transition here. Reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. And when someone's in transition like that, when they are in that spiritual awakening kind of an energy, that is when they are really seeking and out there trying to find the people that are like them. And, you know, it's that time, isn't it, when we go on all kind of courses, we're reading all the books, and we're going to all, like, the meetups and stuff like that, and connecting with these different kind of people than we were around before. That's where they're at right now. Got the High Priestess. They're looking for someone tuned into their intuition, the witchy, you know, they're looking for someone that's spiritual. They're tapping into their intuition now. Definitely, like there's so many signs here of a spiritual awakening with your person. Not those. This one. The Six of Swords. So in transition at the moment. The Six of Swords is when the universe is helping them to get from A to B, where they've been to where they want to be. What else? Tell us something else. What do they want the soulmate to know? Shells. The Five of Wands, they're reaching higher now, expecting better of themselves, especially around other people. I was getting that, you know. This is probably someone that, I don't know, playing video games and drinking a lot with the mates or something like that. And then it's someone that is just like had an awakening, being confronted by it. This is just like useless. What the hell am I doing this for? I need to be around different kind of people. I need to reach higher. I need to do better for myself in life, and I want to feel better than this. And I've been wasting my life, you know. They're at that stage for sure. So the High Priestess, they're looking for witchy. They're looking for someone that's in tune, and it's also about their energy too, that they are getting in tune now. Ace of Inspiration, ready for a new start here, an inspired start, very much switched on to the passion of life now and looking for that, you know, the things that light them up. The Nine of Materials, things that light them up like that. The Nine of Materials is about your wishes coming true and like setting out on a new journey and all of that kind of thing. The Nine of Materials is actually about getting wins for yourself, and that's why it's like setting out themselves, manifesting things in their life that make them feel good, not the stuff that used to make them feel good when they were doing the same as all the mates before, you know. It's that kind of thing. Ace of Inspiration, really passionate about having a new start and wanting only people with shared passions in their life, you know. It's just that energy of a spiritual awakening, where, you know, everything's magical and we meet people and they're like, yeah, this person really gets it, and I feel that they're switched on to, they get it. And perception and self-love, so they're perceiving it, self-love in others. The interesting that comes up as self-love, right? So they're switched on and they can tell, they can feel when someone's got that self-love and making better decisions for themselves, not doing what everyone else does, but connecting on a deeper level with life is what it is. Six of Swords, so they're transitioning right now, and the universe is helping them out to get from where they were to where they want to be. I don't think they'll really know where they want to be. It feels very much like seeking at the moment. Eight of Materials. Oh, it's a work change as well. The Eight of Materials is about getting paid for what you do. And so there's transition going on in their life about their work. So yeah, they might have turned their back on their work. And that can happen a lot with spiritual awakenings too. Like they might be like trying to monetize. Perhaps they made a load of money before and, you know, they're kind of living off those savings and trying to find their way in the world now of doing something that's important to them to move forward. There's duality and sexual energy behind that as well. So sexual energy is that creative energy. So very much trying to find their way, find what it is that they want to do in the world. Duality. So I feel that it's them like living this duality. It sucks, doesn't it? Because we want to just like be, and we want to be following that path, but we also need to make money too. And to reconcile those two things, well, I've managed to do it, but I recognize that not everyone manages to do it. And sometimes it's tricky for me to do it as well. Three of Cups and the Five of Wands. So very much shift with who they are hanging about with. They're looking for people. Well, the Five of Wands is reaching higher, you know. So they want people that they can learn with, grow with. People that, what did they say? Self-love. They can perceive the self-love in people. So people that are doing, it's just like people that are doing different than mainstream stuff. That's who they're attracted to. Tell us about this Three of Cups and the Five of Wands. Six of Emotions. But there's this past energy going on with them. Now, that could mean that you already know this person. You'll have known them as quite a different kind of person. Probably not the kind of person that you'd want to be with. But I don't know, you know, I once saw an ex-boyfriend who'd gone through a spiritual awakening. And that it was very different than when I was with him. I only saw him it was only like 3 or 4 years later or something. I was surprised when I saw him transform so much. So it could be someone that you already know. You wouldn't have chosen to be with them. There's anger behind that. Perhaps someone that made you angry. So perhaps you did try and get involved with them, or perhaps they were trying to get involved with you. And you're like, no, I don't want I don't know, someone that's doing the things that you're doing. Perhaps you were already on your spiritual path and they weren't. You could have been an instigator, because in that scenario, that my example of my ex, it was a long time ago. I was an instigator of his spiritual awakening. But we weren't together at that point. I kind of, I don't know. I didn't really ask for details, to be honest. Tell us more. Shell's soulmate. Messages from Shell's soulmate, please. What else would they like to say? Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. No, I'm just hearing again with this anger and the past. So, okay. No, this is their energy. Yeah, so the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. You know, when we're making changes, especially to the people that we've been around, there comes a point where we turn against them. It's like to recognize that they're really not good for us. It's like things that we were putting up with before, perhaps in ourselves, we judge in other people. It's like when smokers quit smoking and then they don't want to be around smokers anymore, you know, and they hate the smell of smoke. It's that kind of thing. It's like once we've stopped doing something, we're more hypersensitive to it. And so the past is like even though they're perceiving self-love in people, that's not very self-loving, is it, to be angry at who we were in the past and get angry at people around us for doing what we did in the past, because it's just really reflecting a self-anger there. So anyway, your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart. You're going to be good together soon. Got a little bit of naive energy. Go deeper. They want something deeper. Yeah, I mean, spiritual awakening. They want something deeper now. Ooh. Family and memories. Okay, they could be going through some family stuff here. Anger coming up for them. The people that have been around in the past. This could be someone that's breaking free of their family as well, if their family has been toxic for them and just perhaps just been encouraging them to stay mainstream when that was never their path. Got naughtiness. So they're definitely breaking through and doing things that are different than everyone around them. They've got a fear about that, about being different, breaking free. That'll be why they want to have a relationship with someone similar. And so they're still in that letting go process. So very much in transition right now from their old life, their old self. Well, let's get some messages. What would they like to say? I was pretending to be someone else. Now they're becoming who they really are. It's interesting, isn't it, when we go through that, if you can recall your spiritual awakening too, when it was like, that wasn't me. I was just like conforming to what other people wanted me to be. And then when we wake up from that, we're like, that wasn't me at all. Why was I pretending to be someone else? And then the people around us, perhaps family, and that could be what's making them angry too, is that like, you've changed. I don't, like my brother said, I stopped being his sister. That's what he said. And that's a good thing. Yeah, because I started becoming myself and confident, and I broke free of all their abuse as well. So I understand that feeling of pretending to be someone else. Secrets and deceptions. And you're the person of my dreams. The secrets and deceptions, it's big when we have a spiritual awakening and when we turn our back on that pretense of being someone that other people wanted us to be, or society wanted us to be, or who we thought we had to be to fit in, or whatever it was. We don't just flip a switch and then suddenly become the person that we are and then put it out there. There's certain people who can't tell about it because it is scary. Because people don't accept it, right? People want us to stay the way that we were. Destiny is taking us down different paths. Interesting. What else do they want to say? I ran away because I felt I couldn't live up to your needs and expectations. Okay. So this person might come, if you've not met this person yet, they might come in and they might run away too. It feels to me like you're way further down the path than they are. And it might just, even though you're what they're wishing for, it might just be a little bit too much for them to live up to that. Remember, they're in transition. They're not fully their new selves yet. They're just headed to that. And your energy will demand more from them. And that's scary. That's scary. So it feels like they'll come into your life and then they'll run away and say something like this, destiny's taking us down different paths, because they would say something like that, right? Someone that's come through a spiritual awakening. Passion and desire, they'll be very drawn to you though. A lot of attraction here, but more than that, there's someone keeping me from you. Your person could get involved with a guru or something like that and be taking instruction from someone else. I'll come back for you. They'll come back around again. So if you haven't met this person yet, you're going to meet this person and feel a very strong pull to this person. They'll feel a very strong pull to you, but they won't be ready. So, but your paths be together, and then they'll, like I said, pull away. Run away because I feel I couldn't live up to your needs and expectations. But when I said this, destiny has taken us down different paths, that's what they'll say. That's how they'll explain it. It kind of felt like it was coming out of someone else's mouth, like a teacher, spiritual teacher or something. So they could actually be encouraged not to get into a relationship with you. Now, for some of you, and I was picking up on this, I don't know whether I said it or not, when I said, I just kind of get the feeling that your person, in fact, playing a lot of computer games and drinking and that kind of thing. Did I say the drinking? Perhaps I didn't, but I meant to. Some of them could be AA. It could be a spiritual awakening through AA, and destiny's taken us down different paths. They may be in that part of the program where they're told, like, now is not the time to get into a relationship. It could be that, or it could be like a spiritual guru kind of thing. Hopefully not a toxic, cultish kind of one. I don't think so. They don't feel that susceptible. They do feel a little naive, but everyone does when they're going through a spiritual awakening, and I'm tapping into their energies in a reading. Anyway, it's kind of sweet, but this one's freshly awakened in the awakening process, and so it does feel like you're going to have to take some time, or like wait a little bit for this person to be ready. Truly, we will see. Now, if that sounds like it is your story, or could be a story you might want to get, or want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more, that extended reading. I'm going to get more cards out about them. Let's get deeper into their energy, but I'm also going to get cards out for you, guidance that you need to know right now, and also your path to this person as well. So there's probably things that you need to go through, understand about yourself before this person comes in too. We'll get into that, and a possible timeline as well for when they'll come in. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. You could also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's one of those instant watch kind of things, so you'll receive an email with your direct link and you can watch it right away. And so there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment, as I love hearing from you, and consider clicking that join button to become a part of my membership on my channel. I do sporadic lives throughout the week. If you catch me live, you'll get a reading from me. Otherwise, you'll just get to watch the replays, which are members only too, of those live shows, which has got extra channeling for my members. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching again. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, I'll see you in there very shortly.